Oh, hey there, Parth. Fancy meeting you here.
Hey Andrew, how's it going?
It's going. It's
Yep.
going fantastic now because we're live. We're back for another episode of DevTools and DevCools.
It's
I love
been
that
a while.
I just stole that from you. I'm sorry. We're
No,
back
it's all good.
for another episode of DevTools.
And DevCools.
Hey, there it is. And the viewership is coming up. We're already almost at 10 people watching us. Lots of people over on X, some folks on YouTube. Parth, how's your day going so far? It's a little bit. It's in your afternoon now, right?
Yeah, it's in the afternoon. Just had some nice sushi for lunch, and yeah, it's nice. I'm giving you
Nice.
ideas of what you should have for lunch after.
Ooh,
If you haven't
there
had
you go.
anything yet, so
I
you
have not. I
Yeah.
had like a light breakfast today. I've got my cup of coffee going. It's only 10 a.m. for me, so lunch is still in my distant future.
Fair.
I had been doing so well for a while there about prepping lunch, but then where the Victoria office is, there's lots of good food around. I feel like this is the downside for working in startups is like you're constantly in offices that are surrounded by like really nice food, and like how do you deal with that?
Mhm.
You buy it.
Or-
You buy it all.
Or there would be like new stuff opening right beside you, so like how we have here at the Toronto office.
True.
The
True.
The Wellington Market is pretty good. The Waterworks food court is also pretty good. So
Nice. So, for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, first off, welcome. My name's Andrew.
hi Andrew, I'm Parth. Sorry,
Sorry, no, I was like, I realized the second you did it, I was like, oh, I did the thing at the wrong time. And we're your hosts for DevTools and oh, come on, focus. For DevTools and DevCools, this is the stream where we seek to answer: is this a helpful tool or is it just some hype? And really where we kind of go and find the latest and greatest in the world of technology, in the world of software development, engineering, DevOps, you name it, we've explored it. We hope to help you so you don't have to go through the chaotic process of figuring this out all on your own. Now, highly encourage you to go and try it out on your own. However, you don't have to. You can just watch us do it and stumble through it. On today's episode, and I'm going to pull a card over our face for just a second, we are here to answer a question that you may not have thought about, but we're here to ask it for you. Are Rust frameworks like Rocket actually good for web dev? Should you be using Rust for web dev? It is definitely you can use Rust for web dev. Should you be though? I think that's the real question here. And we're gonna look at that today. So I've never touched Rust. I've looked at it before and I've kind of been like, it's super cool and it's like kind of the new hotness, or has been over the past few years. And then I didn't even actually realize there were any web frameworks for Rust until you and I were chatting. We were like, what do we do this stream about? So yeah, I'm pretty excited to go. I gotta fix my camera. It keeps unfocusing. Remind me later. Give me 1 second. Zoom, image adjustments, autofocus off. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's really what we're going to be doing today. So I've been driving a lot. Parth's going to drive today. So the great thing about this, and the thing that I love about this process, is we're going to do everything from scratch. Neither of us have installed Rust on our computers. I've looked through the documentation for Rocket, but not much further than that. Just to get an idea of like what it's like. But we want to give you the fresh take. Like, you don't need to come here to just see us play around with something that we know what we're doing with. We're here to show you the true, authentic developer experience.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So, you may also be here if you're here watching the stream and you are like, what is this DevCycle thing? DevCycle, we're a feature flag management platform. That's not what this stream is about. If you want to see DevCycle being used or feature flags being used, you can tune in every Friday. I do a live stream where I explore adding feature flags to different projects on Does It Toggle. This stream is just about having fun with technology and kind of exploring this stuff, because that's a big piece of like feature flags are about experimentation and trial and error. We want to experiment with things. So we're being your real life feature flags, so you don't have to experiment.
Exactly. Yes. Thanks for that great explanation, Andrew. I can share my screen, which I just opened up like.
Sure. And we got Foregone on here watching over on Twitch. I can imagine running a Rust web server on embedded stuff because it'll give you the benefit of being down to the hardware and error resilient. That's super true, actually. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So this
here.
is what we're looking at. This is just their, I guess their landing page, Rust landing page.
Yeah.
And we can just get started, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we can get started and then just see what we need to do. So, I like that there's a way of trying without installing on Playground, but I think we're just gonna install it. It makes life a lot easier.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's do it. By the way, if you're watching the stream, can you let us know how's our audio, how's the video, how's the quality, anything that we can do to improve your viewing experience? Let us know. That's what we're here for. But yeah, we're going straight up.
Yeah.
Rust up. Rust up.
This is it.
I feel like every framework really just does need to have like a version management, like, because this is a thing, right? So often now we're changing things all the time, like constantly we're changing versions because like we use an app or a tool that requires a specific version of it, and it ends up being a huge struggle to here we go, get back up there, to change versions if you're not using a tool.
We good?
We're good. We're up. We're live.
All right. Let's just. All right. What are they saying? This will download and install, and then all the directories. Yeah. Let's just go with the standard installation.
Yeah. I like that it gives you all that information of like where things are going. I definitely find a lot of the time I'm like, where did I just install this thing onto my device?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I know it's the recommended way, but I'm kind of like, do you ever go homebrew over the recommended installation method or no?
No, I'll go with the recommended just because I feel like if there are any if there are any scene problems or if there are any issues with it, then they would kind of put it out in the documentation, or you'll find more people running into the same issue as you because everybody's kind of following documentation. I think that's why I essentially like doing it in like whatever it tells me to do.
Yeah, it's fair.
And I think it'll just be better maintained if you're following what they expect.
That's
you
fair.
to. All right, we're installed. We have everything.
Dang, that was fast. Hey.
Yeah, it didn't.
What are you running as your hardware, Parth? Like, are you running an M1 Pro?
I believe it's an M1 Pro. Yeah,
M1 Pro. So
M1 Pro.
So a couple years old and still like, I mean,
I think
a couple years old for Mac is.
I had a friend who was asking me about this yesterday. He's like, "Oh, should I upgrade my M1 to M3?" And I'm like, "No, like you don't need to. Like it's honestly a lot easier to just like this does everything you want it to. So why would you upgrade?"
True. That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I bet you're gonna have to restart your.
Yeah, I need to do the shell command.
Yep.
All right. I think we can just do. No, we're not using fish. We just. Will this work? Let's see.
I don't know.
Hey, it worked.
Okay. Yeah, it worked. Nice.
All right. Don't need to do much. Cargo's there. Build tool and package manager.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, is there for this one? Is there like a quick start with Rust of like a hello world? Does it give you that option in the docs?
There's a generating a new project, and it's called Hello Rust. So I think we'll follow this just to get everything running, and then we can we go from there. All right, creating binary. Wait, ls. Is this okay? It is in Hello Rust, and then it has cargo file, and then the source file.
Awesome. And
source directory.
Yeah, it's already best.
Let's open this in Z.
Yeah, let's put it up instead. So yeah, if you're a JavaScript developer primarily, I mean, you don't need to know this. You're all qualified and knowledgeable, but this is like that cargo toml file is basically the equivalent of your package.json if you do a lot of JS development stuff. And so it's just going to be all your metadata about the project and dependencies and stuff like that.
Yep, exactly that.
And then
It's just the name, version, and the edition.
edition 2021 is interesting.
Yeah,
Weird.
is this just like the package edition? Like as in, like
Maybe.
this is the 2021 edition, or no? They
That's a
changed
good
it.
question. I have absolutely no idea.
All right.
It actually automatically generates the print statement. I mean,
Sorry, I'm gonna update and restart Z because it's the first time I'm running it after a very long time.
yeah.
But I don't know what this target is.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Like you didn't even do anything and it generated that cargo lock file and then the target folder.
Yeah, like this is something.
Interesting.
I didn't do anything.
No, you did not do anything in there.
Okay.
So that's
I'll
interesting.
just restart Z, and then now we know what is in the file. The cargo and new stuff generated a hello world project for us. We can run this program by moving it into directory that we made and running this in our terminal. Cargo run. Okay, let's try it. Where's the terminal here?
Isn't it at the bottom? Isn't there? Yeah, like bottom right hand corner.
There you go.
Or that.
All right. All right. I think it was just cargo run,
Yeah, I think so.
and then it'll build it.
Excuse me. And it's just gonna. Yeah, it's just gonna.
Oh, this is hello world. Okay, perfect.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Adding dependencies. I'm interested if we go because there's like a cargo. Well, yeah. Let's follow the process. And
Yeah, let's see. You can find all sorts of libraries on crates.io. The package registry for Rust and Rust we often refer to packages as crates. Let's download Ferris says as the crate. So we'll just go in our cargo.
does it tell us what Ferris says is? I guess I can Google
I can
this.
open it up here. It's a replacement for classic cow says. Just like that. It just adds a little bit of text around it.
Oh, that's funny.
All right.
It's like,
you can also. I'm gonna do this version of this. I think this is a lot better.
nice.
And then open main RS, remove everything that's in there. And then
Okay, and then copy that stuff there.
main, and then we're just gonna do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just copy the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then see what's
You can
happening.
look at exactly what it's doing. Yeah.
All right, so we have standard out buffer writer.
String.
Hello, fellow Rusticians. Yeah. And then the width. Oh, it needs the width to do the save part.
Yeah.
Because then it needs to just make it. So if I just do cargo run now.
And then it's going to show it just with that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do it without. I'm interested. Will it work without the width? I'm interested in seeing what that'll do. I have a feeling it won't because it's type safe. Yeah, it's throwing an error there.
Yeah,
you
max
always
width
have to have the max
is
width.
something you need. Okay, and then the writer just writes this whole thing down. Okay, that's pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. I mean, really, all that we're doing here is just generating the actual Ferris Rustation graphic to go along with that. I also love that its name is Ferris because, sorry, I don't know why I'd say love. If you look, so if you've never looked at Rust stuff before, if you're watching the stream, so like Rust's kind of symbol is a gear, But if you look up Rust a lot, you'll find the crustacean, like the rustation. So like the crab, yeah. So ferrous, because like kind of looks like a Ferris wheel. Also ferrous, iron, rust. Anyways, I'm forever impressed by the Rust community.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I actually got a chance to meet somebody that's part of the Rust organizing committee, or like the when I was in Berlin. Who was it that I met there? They are really awesome, and I want to remember who they were. They were. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh,
that's okay. Take your time.
I'm figuring that out as well. Oh, Florian.
Oh.
Florian, Ferris, Rust. Now, hold on. I need to figure this out. Yes, so Florian Gilcher. So he is part of the Rust Foundation. He was the project director for, as of in 2021 anyways, he was the project director for Core, which I'm guessing is like the Core Rust.
Core Rust
engine, yeah. So, but yeah, and he's based in Berlin, so it was great to see him, and the Rust community is awesome from everything that I've heard, which is kind of nice. All right, enough about Rust. Now we are abandoning vanilla Rust for a framework, because we all know you don't need to actually understand the underlying language. Just use the framework. Don't build it yourself. Somebody else already did that work.
Somebody did that work. That is one way of looking at it.
It's not the right one. This is like this is the perspective of a man who understands only slightly how most programming languages work. So, okay. So if you're watching right now, by the way, and you want to have a conversation with us, please do. Like, you can chat everywhere. You can chat on X, you can chat on LinkedIn. Actually, you can't chat on LinkedIn, but you can chat on YouTube, on X, and on Twitch. We'll see all the messages. They'll pop up for us in our kind of comments chat here. We can pull them up on the screen. So if you've got thoughts or questions or comments, or you want us to slow down or speed up, or our audio to get loud, like whatever you need, let us know. We're here for you. We're here to show you this and to answer questions and to help you go through this experience. So with that said, Rocket is not the only. So Rocket is one of many web frameworks that exist out there. But kind of when you Google Rust web frameworks, like Rocket is one of the top ones that comes up all the time.
Google has this thing on the side that says Rocket.
Yeah, and so like there are a bunch of them, and yeah, like that Google repo there, the GitHub repo there. Has a list of some of them. The downside is when I started to actually go through some of these, you do discover that a lot of these are, not maintained anymore.
Okay. I see.
Is Rocket listed as maintained, or is Rocket listed as...
I think it...
Is Rocket even here?
Yeah, Rocket is here.
High-level server
frameworks. Yeah. And it's not... I think it doesn't say anything about if it's not maintained, but
yeah,
it's not ugly, we're good.
But like you can see, there's lots of these options that are here. So definitely worth checking out some of these other ones. But we pitched the idea of doing what we did with OpenAI, or with all the AI tools. We were like going to do kind of like a tier list. We've done a couple of those. We did that for AI. We did that for, what else did we do a tier list for, Parth?
DevTools and DevTools. Remember after the Superstream, we did the one there. And then
we've done three. We've done one
last time with the databases, the web databases.
Yeah, so we did that for computers like Turso and Neon and all that. Yeah, we definitely did. So we've done a few of these tier lists, and we wanted to take a deeper dive and not have to jump back and forth between a lot of different things, because we only have 2 hours with you. And so we want to spend some time actually going through and making sure that we're covering some of the depth of this and building some interesting stuff as well. Okay, so let's jump back over to Rocket and let's see where we should start.
All right. You want to go through the get started, or?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go through. Let's do the process that people might be going through.
All right. Introduction. Yeah. Let's just go into it. Okay, wait for Rust. If you like, should I make this bigger?
Yeah, a little bit bigger would be good. Yeah, readers should
More
have a good.
flexible, friendly medleys of rail, flask, bottle.
I've never heard of 2 of those 4.
Which
Never-
one have you never heard of?
I've heard of
never
Rails, I've heard of Flask, I've never heard of Bottle, and I've never heard of Yasad.
I've heard of Bottle. Isn't Bottle also? Yeah, it's Python.
Is it?
Yeah, Bottle's also another Python web framework.
That's a dated landing page. Holy moly.
Very.
Yeah, I always worry about.
Wait,
I mean, there's 2. Yeah.
This is not even in like version 1 yet. So
Goodness.
guess it never took off.
Fair enough. Yeah, Flask I've heard of, but Yasad. What's Yasad?
Yes, let's see.
Oh, Haskell. Wait,
Haskell.
interesting. Who is anybody? I don't think I've met a single person that programs in Haskell.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I think this is here because of all of these being like high language.
Yeah,
Haskell.
absolutely. No, I think it makes sense,
Or
right?
lower level language.
Yeah, so I love that it says readers should have assumed a good grasp of Rust. We do not have a good grasp of Rust, so this will either work really well for us. We should have read the book. Read the docs and then read the book, folks.
We should have read the book. It's okay for next time when we're looking at something in Rust, we'll have read parts of the book.
We'll have read parts of the book, some of the book. We'll discover what we need to read.
I don't think I can commit myself to any books.
No, me neither. I'm with you there 100%.
I started a book like I think it was like last year, and then I think for a week I'm like, oh, I should read like at least parts of it for every day or whatever. Gave it maybe 2 weeks, and then I was like, all right, what's on Netflix? What's on YouTube?
Yeah, I definitely get into those like I'm gonna read this book headspace, and then you're like, nope, I'm not gonna be reading this book. Okay, security, correctness, developer experience are paramount. Absolutely, they are. TX is huge. All request handling should be typed and self-contained. We love type-safe languages here at DevCycle. Decisions should not be forced. I kind of disagree with that. I actually really like battery. I mean, this says batteries included. I like opinionated frameworks, languages, tools. Like I find it takes more of the not thinking out of it, but like
it forces you to think like them, and I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Right? And I think being one of the opinionated tools, it makes sense.
Yeah, we are. And DevCycle is also an opinionated tool, by the way. You're watching this and you're like, why do you guys think this? Because we're also opinionated.
Oh, this is also on 0.5. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's still not interesting. Like considering that this is one of the most popular ones and it's still not even in V1 is interesting.
Should we go through upgrading or should we go through?
I don't think we need to go through upgrading. I don't think we're there yet, right?
Yeah, let's go to quick
Right.
start. Yeah.
And I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, and then you can look at our pretty faces off to the side here.
Perfect. All right, running example. Before you start writing Rocket application, we need to install Rust toolchain. We have that. All right, running example. Yeah, the absolute fastest way to start experimenting with Rocket is to clone the Rocket repository and run the included example. Great.
Sick. Let's do it.
Let's get to it. Sorry, I did the wrong one. Okay. Just open it here.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Okay. Okay, and then we're checking out version 0.5. And then there's that. Actually, I swear I already restarted and updated this. But all right, this is what we have in the example Rust app or example Rocket app.
So what do we think we have here? We've got a form.
We got languages.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that this is just like, yeah, 3 different languages. We've got some type safety for, or some types for the form stuff.
Yeah.
We've got some routes. It's got a world route. We've got a MNP route, which is Russian, I guess.
I think that's just world and
And
Russian.
then we've got a, yep, so that makes sense. So we've got the
Rocketeer. Okay,
yeah,
that's
URL
nice.
parameters. That totally makes sense.
Oh, and then they have like an emoji one where it just.
Oh, that's cool.
It seems. Oh, I think Z is doing this on its own. Like Z is doing the cargo stuff.
That's not bad, but I would rather it didn't, you know? Like, I don't know about you, but it's kind of like
it's not what I asked for.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, exactly. So that seems
okay. What are these? These are. So this one, we like to pass opt.emoji, opt.name. We need to pass. Okay, no, without the dot in opt. So options. Okay, so this one is basically query parameters taking a emoji or a language, but it always passes an emoji and name because it's secondary and then language is first. I would like to think that, or at least it has like a defaults, but we can check that as soon as he wants to get us started up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this all seems pretty straightforward. And then that final thing down there is the launch stuff. So we actually have to mount those routes.
Oh, I see. So
like just to the bottom. Yeah, so we define the routes and then we actually like attach the routes to the rocket.
Okay.
I mean, it's funny because I'm thinking about what was the one that we did a while ago. It was like the Elixir framework.
Elixir framework.
And I remember that one and just like going in there and being like, my God, this is complex.
Yeah. I think part of it was just like us not knowing what to expect and then going in.
True, but I mean, Elixir has got. I don't know. It's very strange. I've been afraid of touching Rust for a long time just because it seemed a little bit daunting. But now that I see this is actually quite, quite straightforward, which is nice.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. So we have this. Let's see if we can open it in our browser. And we got hi. Okay. So our base route says hi. Is it supposed to? Or is base route's going through here?
Yeah.
But why would it not also say have the emoji?
Don't know. I mean, yeah, let's try these. Try the different routes.
Yeah, so let's do the emoji one and then see what we get. Okay, so it adds an emoji. It adds the name. Oh, so I guess these are all optional parameters.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Without the dot. So these are like the rest, like kind of in JavaScript. There's like the rest thing. Like you can have rest of them as the spread operator. And I think that's what this is doing. Because if we don't, then let's save it. If I run this. Yep, this name will never get passed. Okay, makes sense. We're learning something.
I mean, it's all very like straightforward.
It is straightforward.
Yeah. I really like it so far. So we haven't tried to build anything with it beyond the getting started the guide though. So.
All right, so this has. Okay, this has emoji. So why did it not bring in the emoji? Is it because this needs to be first because language is the first thing? Oh, I think I need to restart it because I updated the code. Yep. And all right, so we have that. We have Wave. Oh, so this one's going through Wave. So you would have to call Wave and then the name. So let's do
Yeah, what does this do?
Wave Andrew. Give me a number, Andrew.
400.
400. All right. Wave.
Ooh, unprocessable entity.
Why?
Semantic errors. Try 200?
Is there an U8? Let's see what U8 is, or if it has a certain size that we no.
Interesting. Try like 300.
Sorry, 1 second.
Do we got an alarm going off? So I feel like we might have a pager duty that just went off, everybody. So Parth might need to disappear for a couple minutes to go and deal with said pager duty issue, which is okay because that's part of the deal of being the on-call engineer when you're dealing with these kind of things. So let's get. We're gonna kind of duplicate some of our stuff. We're gonna see if I can get my Rust set up as fast as Parth did in here. Parth, you got a piece for a minute? You're muted, but that's okay.
I was just double checking if this alert needs to be.
You do you, man. You do you. You got on call this week, so it's the nature of the beast. So if you're watching right now and you have no idea what PagerDuty is, this is going to be a fun little learning experience for you. So if you ever work in a startup, especially, you once in a while will be on call. And when you're on call, you are having to be responsible to PagerDuty, which is an application that basically will page you when something bad happens. And because you're on call, you've got to deal with that bad thing that has happened. And so that's kind of what this is all about. And just the nature of working in a startup. You're a small team. Somebody's got to be responsible, especially when you've got your uptime guarantees. So you can't kind of just let things linger. You got to deal with them in the moment. So that's kind of where that comes from. So that fun little alert that you hear there is something that Parth could hear at any hour of the day when he's on call. How long is on call for you, Parth? Is it for a week? Is it 2 weeks? Like how long?
It's a week. From I have like less than 24 hours on call now. So
let's go. Yeah. Oh, you've got less than 24 hours that you've been on call, or until you're done being on call?
Until I'm done my shift.
Nice.
This shift.
Okay. Are we good? You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, perfect. So, all right. So we are.
I want to see why 200 was not allowed and what the actual limit is here.
So try 300, and let's see.
Yep, it'll be 256. So let's try 257. 256. No.
255.
Yeah. So it has to be less than 255.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So we have that. Do we want to go to this route?
Yeah, let's go to that route. Casual just arrived. Welcome, Casual. Casual, we are working on exploring a new Rust web framework called Rocket. We're checking to see how it works. We're checking out the process of installing it. We're checking out the process of using it. So far, I would say it's going pretty well. We're going to see if we want to, build something with it. We're kind of just going through here and exploring it.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yes, that's our Russian.
Mirror.
Although it doesn't actually use the Russian stuff anywhere.
No, but I think mir probably means world in Russian. If I were to just
that tracks.
go off of the
that tracks. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't use the thing here.
Oh, I
So
see.
let's use the Russian one.
That's where
Yeah, I
we're
want to see
using
the
that
other one,
language.
the PY. What does that do? Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
There's also PY. Oh, this says hi. I don't know why the PY exists. So yeah, like I thought that this would be like PY would be a Russian thing.
No, because PY is different, right? It's a different language.
Unless if there's like multiple.
Maybe.
Because
I'm not sure.
here I see EN, RU, and PY. If you do EN, you should get English.
Yeah.
And when you do RU, you should get Russian.
And what do you get with PY?
PY should give you.
Oh, weird.
Because it says that.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know the syntax of this, but it would assume that all of the like this is English, and then Russian would be all of these, or both of these would be Russian.
Yeah.
But don't know. That's an interesting one. Okay. All right. So we have this. What type of? What do we want to do next? What do we want to change in here?
Yeah, it's a good question, hey? It's like, okay, so if you're in chat right now, we've got a couple of options here. So we've got this up and running. It works well for what we've got right now. We can build something in here. We're only 40 minutes into our stream and it's already working, so I'm pretty impressed by that. We can do some interesting things, try and get it to run in some very interesting like we can do basically anything that you want, but we didn't want to plan this out necessarily any bigger than just kind of saying that we were going to use it. So what do you think, chat? Like, let us know. What should we build? What should we do? We can keep playing around with routes. We can go through the documentation and play around with it. We can do some benchmarking. Like, we can do basically anything under the sun. I guess maybe we should look through maybe the other documentation piece. Like, let's look at the requests section. Like, yeah, let's just like go through. We never go fully through the documentation, I feel.
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
we always like, we kind of like look at stuff and then don't go super deep. So I feel like maybe today's a day to go through the documentation.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I think we already did this. And like this, what we have is already doing.
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
of this.
exactly. So we've got this.
I don't want to go too deep into it. Don't like the colors or emojis. You can disable colors and emojis. Wow.
That's such an interesting thing to be able to do at the framework level. Like, why would you need to do that?
Oh, no, it's a CLI thing, right? But I think
I see.
this makes sense. Like it's better for accessibility, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking of like within the framework. I was like, you're gonna limit the ability to use emojis and colors. Don't you define that? But I do like that actually. Like that you can turn it off in there. That's kind of a nice little. It's a nice little quality of life thing, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What's next?
Rocket provides primitives to build up applications with Rust. Routing, pre-processing of requests, post-processing of responses. Rest is up to you.
Okay, routing, validation, processing, and response.
Okay. Routing, yeah. Validation is what we did with what is part of the form data here, I believe.
Yep. Which we haven't actually accessed yet, have we?
Yeah, emoji.
Oh, I suppose we're actually treating the routes as a form.
Yes, it's taking the language and then everything else is like part of OPT, like the options.
Yes, that all
this
makes
says
sense.
That it's coming from the options here. Like that option is from all of this here. So, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, processing is, I guess, all of this. Oh, I didn't realize this, but it says hi when you put PY in there instead of saying something like here. Like I still don't understand this. Let's look at enums. Let's look at enums in Rust.
Okay, fair.
Okay, defining an enum. Now custom data type that we can use elsewhere in our code, enum values. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now if we do typed enums, like we kind of have here. Is this part of control flow?
Yeah, this is all. I will say the documentation is very good. I really like when in documents like this where they actually give like kind of more real world examples.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus just like a placeholder. I find that much more helpful to actually understanding how these work down the line.
All right, let's see what's the most example they have. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they have anything or too crazy here, because this we have a field value is en English. Also, I don't know if the commas are needed or not.
No. We're diving deep into this like thing, but it's good. These are the things that it's like nice to figure out, right? It's like I don't fully understand. PY must be like, maybe that's a spelling in Russian. Russian spelled in Russian. Yeah, that's why Russian. If you look at Russian spelled out, it's PY.
Like,
so like go to Google and search Russian spelled in Russian.
Spelled in Russian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's where the PY is coming from.
Okay, then this should be part of Russian.
Yeah.
But it didn't. So that's interesting. All right. Let's look at something else.
All right, let's keep going through here. Routing. So we're kind of already seeing this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Attribute, request handler.
Yeah. And then you have to actually sorry. And then you have to actually mount it to the actual route. So this would be /hello/world, and then it'll give you hello world.
Yeah, absolutely. So that looks good.
By mounting world to both hello and world will be directed to the world function. Okay. In many cases, base path will simply be, makes sense.
Yeah.
Launching is just building that, which, okay. Infers return types, okay. Special launch type decorated with launches automatically inferred when the return type is set to underscore. If you prefer, you can also set the return type explicit to rocket build. Okay, so this one here. Make sure that nothing is breaking. You can just do rocket build. And second approach, we use the rocket main route attribute. Also generates a main function that's set from basic runtime, but unlike launch, allows you to start the server.
Yeah.
Oh, so like I guess if you need to connect to something before you want to start the server, then you would do it here, right?
Yeah.
When handling the future return by launch is desired. Yeah. Features for concurrency async programs with features in async waits allow route handlers to perform weight-heavy I/O, such as file systems and network access, while allowing the progress. Okay.
Yeah, just async.
It's pretty nice. Yeah. I think just giving this here is pretty nice. Gives us like.
Do we want to try this? Let's pull this route in there because we don't have any async routes, I don't think.
This is pretty nice. The delay.
Yeah, I think you'll need to pull everything in. Like you'll need to pull in that use as well.
Yeah. Let's do it right after here.
There we go. So we got another get route. We'll add that use up at the top.
I guess we can.
Can we use it can we put it anywhere? I guess that's the question.
Yeah, we'll learn.
We will discover the answer to that question.
Okay. Dot mount, and then we'll do, what is it? Wait, and then routes
right?
delay. Yep. Routes delay will take this. Wait it for how many seconds? Okay. I wish it was always running.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
same.
Like, I'm like,
But I mean, it's nice to know that it's fairly easy. Like it's fairly fast, you know, like the build time is pretty fast.
I guess yeah, it needs to like build, compile, and then it will do it.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Okay, so
What was it? Wait, delay, dash number. Was it? Yeah,
I
seconds.
think so. Yeah.
Let's do 2 seconds.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Oh yeah, waited for 2 seconds. Okay, nice. Okay, and it actually did wait for 2 seconds as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was, which is weird to say. Of course it did.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Nice.
Okay, that's
Okay.
nice.
Yes, that was pretty easy to actually get an async. I've used a lot of frameworks before, and they've been less straightforward to get with a lot of this stuff. And like,
Yeah, this looks nice, but I see that this uses a U64 seconds. I want to see what the difference is between U8 and U64. Oost. I can interpret. Okay, let's see what this says. No. Hey, this is also the forum.
so
Exactly.
fun fact. So just random fact for anybody watching. So this forum that Rust uses is Discourse. It's like that's the forum. Do you know who built Discourse?
No.
So Discourse was built by the same person who built Stack Overflow.
Really?
Yeah. So Stack Overflow,
Oh.
the creator, I'm 99. But hold on, I don't want a creator. I want to make sure that I give you the right. Jeff Atwood is the guy who created it, and then Jeff Atwood is also the creator of Stack Overflow. Yeah. So yeah,
American software developer.
so anytime you see this kind of forum, like this kind of setup here, it is all by the same guy who created Stack Overflow, which I think is pretty cool. And there's only really like two major forums that exist, like two major forum frameworks that exist on the market right now that are being kind of used, that are like halfway decent. There's Discourse, and then there's Flarum are the two that are like, you basically any site that you go to right now, you'll find one of those two frameworks. And one is built on, I don't even know. I think one of them is like I want to say it's just a JavaScript. I think Discourse is just JavaScript.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one's PHP. Anyways, you guys didn't need to know that. You're here for Rust. You're not here for anything Discourse or Flarum related. All right, what do we got going on here?
All right.
What are you looking for?
I was looking at the difference between U8 and U64. And converts the string size to base to an integer. This would be optional. These are subsets of smallest value that can be represented by this integer type, and then the maximum value is 255. Yeah. So yes, we got that. Now if we do U64, what is the smallest and the largest values? Minimum is going to be 0, and the maximum is this large number, 2 to the power of 64 minus 1.
Interesting.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool. These are like the little things that, see, this is, I feel like, I know we talked about this before, and I know I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but like, this is one of the upsides to doing a deeper dive instead of going and trying a bunch of these frameworks, is we can actually like dig into some of these things. And I've got to say, I'm very impressed by the documentation, both for Rocket and just for Rust as a whole. Like it's, and just like it's shockingly readable. even when it's not. I don't know. That's a weird thing to say. I keep having flashbacks to Elixir, and I'm like, okay, this is like, I think much as I wouldn't normally choose Rust for web dev, I might choose Rocket over Phoenix, to be honest with you. Although Phoenix is definitely a much more like,
like Phoenix was very like opinionated, right?
It was very opinionated, and
why.
it gave you everything up
It
front.
gave
Like
everything,
it gave you the entire thing, which is good. Like I've used a lot of frameworks like that, but
This is a whole store.
this is good. But this gives you the documentation around all the rest of the stuff that you can do. Cool. So we got the async stuff working, which is awesome.
Okay. So this is like, there's some multitasking stuff here, where it's like, if a future async function blocks the thread, inefficient resource usage, stalls, or sometimes even deadlocks can occur. Okay. Sometimes there's no good async alternative for a library or operation. If necessary, you can convert an synchronous operation to async one with this spawn blocking thing.
Cool.
Which seems like it basically, in JavaScript terms, just creates a promise out of it.
Okay, so that's what we're here for, people. We're translating for you. You want to learn Rust? Learn JavaScript first. That's the real moral of this story. I like that. Okay, so request stuff. Do we have any post routes in our application?
Not
now?
yet. We can add one, and then
let's add them. So, folks, we're not going to build anything. So we're going to build a random web application today. We're just going to like basically build stuff. We're not going to build anything that's going to have a real end purpose. If that's what you're here for, you'll get to see an app that does a thing. Okay, yeah, let's do a post. So, yeah, we're going to do hashtag. I've seen a lot of popular languages adopting this hashtag concept in their routes and things like that. So I'm interested to see this. Let's post, form data.
Just
how imaginative.
I'd love to see what it gives us. You know, when you say that, it reminds me of what you sent yesterday.
What's that?
The naming convention.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me pull this up, chat. This was, I need to pull it up so it's not in our, hold on.
Yeah.
Or is it random, tech random. With so many channels and my organization has gone off. All right, let me share this. Where am I going to share it? I'll share it here. Copy image URL. There we go. Okay, here we go. I got it up here now. Let me share my screen while Parth is getting this route set up. Share screen, window. There we go. Yeah, so this is what I shared the other day. This is how businesses name things versus how developers name things. So like, yeah, like a window is a transparency factory. I think you're seeing this. I have no idea. Yeah, you are. TV is an entertainment provider. Singleton. Painting is a decorator. Imp. Desk is a work enablement device. Chair is a rest provider. Trolley is a rollable stuff container. I really do like that.
I like that one.
The TV one is definitely the one that I feel like that's like the most developer entertainment provider. Singleton. I love it. All right, let's get this parse screen back up there. You guys don't need to see my stuff anymore. But that's what we were talking about. Right. All right. So did this auto generated, right?
It auto generated. I didn't do anything. It just pressed tab and it did something. So.
Sick. Okay. So form data, form rocket, form options, string, receive data with emoji name. So
one thing is that if I look at this here, actually, let me put them.
Yeah, maybe move it up higher so that we can see.
Here. Yeah. Okay. So the difference between these two is that this is taking query. This is taking
from the
like
form
data. Form data itself. Yeah, just like body and everything, and then it kind of. I guess this is the format for it, but what we're doing is telling it that we're taking a form, which is a rocket form of form options. So if you remember from before, or not form, but our options is I don't know what this means. Like the
Yeah, I'm not sure.
our syntax, but this is the structure of our form where it has emoji name.
Okay, so we want to.
Okay, and then
so
it
we-
will basically give us the useful. Is not satisfied. Wait, what?
Interesting. So it looks like saving that thing cause problems. Oh no, the same error is
yeah.
there.
Okay. I still have it here.
Do we have? Maybe we go find a form thing. Maybe we go into the docs because maybe it just auto-generated it wrong.
Yeah, it's not satisfied with the following other information. All right, where were we? You were going to body data, right? Yeah.
Form, is there not a forms?
Yeah,
Forms,
there's-
yeah. Okay. Rocket from form, so we need that use statement. Okay, this is now it's starting. Now it's starting.
Oh
to get-
yes, we do need. Do we not have that? Oh, we do. Okay. Let's just add it like here. Mhm. Sorry, I didn't copy at all. Form, use form. So this we already have,
Mhm.
and we're taking. Oh, we need to do data, and then the type. Is this the type?
It must be. Yeah, it must. But it's weird that it's coming. That's lowercase, whereas the
But,
string that's defined.
but lowercase is coming in as here. Like
Oh, I see. Got it.
so I believe data equals form data.
Yep.
Or actually form.
Yeah, just say form.
And then yeah, okay, now we don't need anything. We don't even need this anymore because so we don't need this because this is doing rocket for
Got it. Yeah. Okay, so thanks,
this is
auto
good.
generate. You've
This-
done
this-
some good work for us.
this way. I think that's what it was, right?
Yep.
Form. Oh, you need to do form around
Yeah,
it.
that's the. So this is the kind of interesting thing is like these little back ticks are definitely easily lost. I think that needs to be form.
No, I just need to mount it.
Mount the route.
I just did it at and then
Is it form or form data?
sorry, actually let's mount it to
Oh, just to the main. You just want to have the main as the.
this would be the post slash form data is what it would be.
Yeah.
And then has the data of whatever. Okay, I think we're kind of happy with this.
I think so. Yeah. Now, do we want to actually do a form from a page, like an actual form, or do we want to do it still from the URL parameters?
No, this is not from the URL parameters. This
Yeah,
will
that's what I
become
thought.
Postman, yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to build out what this looks like. So this will be interesting because we haven't yet gotten to like whatever the templating language that Rocket uses is. So we're gonna have to explore because I'm sure there's a templating engine. Excuse me.
Sorry, did you say formatting language or?
No, like a templating language. Like if you go into the docs. So this is there, but we can't do anything with it yet because we have no idea where to put like HTML, right? Like we have nowhere to put the actual like form input boxes and such. So
Yeah.
do you have docs up right now?
Just one second. I'm trying to
Yeah, no
log
worries.
into my Postman. I don't know what I'm doing. Many. You hear? Were you saying something?
Oh yeah, so forms, does it actually give us anything about like creating the form like fields? That's what I'm interested in. Just keep
In
scrolling
the
down.
sense of like putting it in the or sending it to it or
Yeah. So this is obviously like showing us the back end of
Mhm.
this, and I'm wondering if it actually gives us an example of code in here of like creating
a request.
well, no, I'm talking about like the front end side of things. Like I'm talking about
Oh.
the actual like form
I don't
form.
I don't know if this has a front end side of things.
Yeah, I wonder. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. Or if there is, I wonder. I'm gonna Google this, like Rocket front end. I'm surprised they don't have like Rocket templating language. Rocket editors, dynamic templating engine support. Dependencies Rocket. Is there anything in the docs? Oh, Rocket front end templating. Rocket, Rust, Rocket. Can the Rocket web framework be used to create Rocket fast, simple building web apps with Rust using the Rocket framework? Rust, Rocket, JSON. Yeah, it looks like a lot of these things actually stop with like the backend stuff, which is nice, but like most web apps don't just have a backend.
I think the idea would be to use a different front end framework like React.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm interested in. Using Rocket to render HTML templates. Get route. So you can use templates. Handlebars. Terra. So you can actually do all the front end stuff. So you can do all of this stuff without having to worry about a totally separate front end that's separate. Yeah, you probably would. Like I would expect like Rocket front end. I wonder what people recommend here. Probably nothing. Do they actually, if you Google front end, or you do an API request?
Yeah, I'm doing an API request.
That makes sense.
Oh.
So we don't actually have to do what I'm looking at right now. Read guide. All right. Is there a search bar? Front end. Templating. Templates. Render foo. Typed URLs. Yes, they do have. They have first class templating support. Template render index context. Render. Yeah, we'll look at this afterwards. After we've done this call, I think we should go look at the templating stuff. But let's do this call. Did it work? Or have you
This
done it
works.
yet?
Yeah, this works. So I just made it as a form encoded
Nice.
thing, and then yeah, it tells me what it had. So it had
Sick.
emoji true, and then name was some part as like the string around it.
Nice. Okay, so that works. So that's good. Yeah. Do we want to? Yeah. Let's go ahead and look. Go into the search bar and look up templating.
Templates
That's the
or
one. Yeah. Templates. That's the one.
oh
Yeah. So if you're not sure what templates are, by the way, so these are like, so as part of the saying, you could technically have Rust as your backend and Rocket as your backend just to like build out your API and all the rest of this stuff, like your REST API. And then you could just use, like, you can use anything, right? As long as you can do a call to the REST API, like do whatever you want, build in Next.js, build in whatever. But I'm a big fan of these ones that have like a templating engine built in. So this is like, you don't want to have to use something totally separate, which is not, I mean, there's like good and bad. Like Rust is not front end framework. It's a back end framework by its very nature. And so you're kind of, I don't want to say you're misusing it because I don't think that's the case. But I think like you can probably get a more performant application if you're not relying on the templating, but also, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Parth? Like, should you use templating or should you build like a completely custom front end?
I personally like front end and back end being like two different systems, just because it gives you the ability of like your both systems are kind of controlled on their own, and you don't need, like, if one goes down, the other one is still alive. So like, if let's say like your Rust backend goes down, and if you have Python like something, or if you're switching to Python, because Rust is not supported anymore, then you can always like switch everything out and then still have like Python working, and
Yep.
not have to change the front end fully. And I think that like most of the front end stuff allows you to do a lot more things, I guess, overall. Things like if you're I'm gonna go to, I guess, Next and React. I think if you're in Next and React, like
Yeah,
land,
that's fair.
you get a lot more out of those things, and then the libraries are very like
Yeah, I'll give you
yes,
that.
well
think that's
thought
fair.
out, well built. So
That's fair.
this
Yeah,
would-
you're right. Separation of problems too, right? Like if your backend if you're using Rocket for everything and it goes down, then you're kind of out of luck. I mean, you're always going to be out of luck if your
you're
backend
gonna
goes
be
down.
out, yeah.
But like if if there's a problem in one, it's going to require sort of all of the things being in one bucket. I don't know. Yeah.
Let's say if there is a like, let's say if you have a backend which is serving like multiple things, right? Like let's say if you have, it's essentially going to be an API that connects to a mobile app, connects to a web app, and if you ever need to like if your backend fully goes down, then you're losing, I guess, everything and both ways. But it makes it so that your problems are different, because now you're like, if you're using Rust, then you want performance and you're getting that performance through something like that, but your front end still like kind of doing what is I guess reliant on that side.
Totally. Yeah.
As in,
But we're gonna do this thing either way. We're gonna
Yeah.
do this either way, even if it's not the best way to do it. We're not gonna build out a whole new front end application. I mean, we could, but we're not going to. So we're gonna use the templating. So this is basically just like a quick way to be able to do this. So what do we need to do here, Parth?
we need to
I mean, we'll obviously need to create a template.
yes. Now we need to see what creating a template looks like. So
Yeah. Rocket template. Okay. I feel like the docs here might not actually be the best. I'm gonna look up templating Rocket.
okay, how about this? Rocket template, or Rocket template error page, because everybody's going to have
Ooh, Rocket
page.
theme. Oh, this is not the same kind of Rocket, I don't think. This is PHP, my boy. PHP.
Oops.
Rocket framework Askama
Rocket RS.
with
This
Tune
is
CSS.
us, right? Yeah. Yes, this is
How to use static files on Rocket RS. Fairing, assets,
Let me just put
assets,
it.
styling, Rocket
I'm gonna go
templating
back to
engine,
the other.
handlebar, template files not added to production. Shuttle aren't getting started with Rocket in Rust. What's
Rocket
shuttle?
Return a value type templates as follows. So you need to return this, and you need to say index O you want to render. The context is whatever your stuff is. Ad hoc templating contents without defining a new type. Okay, sure.
Oh, I found a good, like totally separate. I found a good blog post on Rocket that seems to be covering a lot of the same things as the docs,
Okay.
but like kind of well laid out. Static files, like middleware, state. Anyways,
The
this is
template
interesting. I might share this
Pairing
actually.
automatically resets all discoverable templates when attached. The pairing section of the guide provides more information on. Okay, so you just need to add this to your build. Attach template flaring, and it will just find everything for you. The name of the template does not include its extension. Yes, so whatever type of template you want. Username, index, and templates sounds good.
And then Terra. What's
yeah.
Terra?
Is good.
Terra templating is to use Terra for your Rust projects, you gotta add it to your cargo.toml file. Oh, this is interesting. If you Google Terra, like Rust Terra. Oh, never mind. You're doing the right thing. You're doing the thing that I should have done. Instead of Googling it, GitHub it.
I just pressed the button and then it got me here. Okay, so we need this file. Let's. What is it gonna
And
do?
then we're gonna need the
Index?
Terra base as well in there.
Terra base is so.
Yeah, so
are
if
we-
you look in that file that you just copied, never mind.
Yes.
Do what you're doing. Do what you're doing.
Wait, let me. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one we're looking. Okay, so cargo add.
Yeah.
Terra base. Is it Terra
No,
base?
no, just Terra. Cargo add Terra. So by the way, if you're watching this right now and you're like, what have I stumbled into? Parth and I are here, DevTools and DevCools, exploring the question, is Rust a good choice for web development, specifically if you're using a framework like Rocket? So far, so good. I think I'm pretty impressed. I've used, I think, over 20 different web frameworks in the last year on different streams. This is definitely one of the more straightforward. And now, so we've done the back end stuff, we've got some stuff working, we've got routes and all the rest of it, but now we are into working with the Rocket RS templating engine, which is an extra step, which is not necessarily something you need to do if you're exploring this, but we wanted to see what it looked like. So yeah, so you're gonna need to grab the base now. Like if you go back over to that GitHub repo, so it's extending the base. So like if you look in there,
I need this one
base, and you're also going to need the nav, unless you want to just kill the nav. So yeah, hold on, go in there, new file.
Yeah.
And then I would say just remove the nav bar. Yeah.
What is this?
Sick.
Title? Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so that's there.
And then we need to do dot or
how do we attach it to a route? Maybe we can just attach it to our like main route, like our home route.
yes and no. So you need to do attach template flaring. What this would do is that it will find all of the templates, and then in your get, so the hello, this you would have to, instead of returning greeting, you would be returning what is it? You have to return template.render with context.
Okay.
So you have to do template.render index with context that.
Okay.
But here we need name and items. So let's do context is name.
Why don't we just keep it as one of them? Maybe. Oh no, do what you're gonna do. Do the thing. Do the thing that you're doing. I feel like doing. Cannot find macro context for this scope.
Oh, we didn't do use template. I believe that's why.
That's right.
Because we'll need to do this.
Yep, that
Use
makes sense.
dynamic templates. I believe that's what it's doing.
Yep. By the way, if you are watching us and you're like, this doesn't look like VS Code, that's because it's Zed. Zed is an awesome new code editor, actually created by some of the folks that used to work at GitHub, I think on the VS Code project. So yeah.
No, I'm not. Okay. I'm gonna remove this, and then I'm not gonna put the greeting. I'm just gonna do name and then items. This is not how you do. Yep. Items, not ITs. Cannot find. Wait. When I remove this, it doesn't have any issues. Oh no, it still has issues. Okay. Do I need to include something for context? To create ad hoc templating context without defining new type. This is what I want. I don't want to create something new. Cannot find macro context. Okay, let's see. Cannot find macro context in this scope. Cannot find. No. It's because of. Do I need to add this? Add rocket
Maybe? I'm not sure.
cargo, add.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So now, so maybe you actually get. I wonder if, because you know it's saying features there are handlebars, Mini, Jinja, and Terra. I wonder if like we didn't actually need to install Terra because Terra is like a dependency of Rocketdyne templates. So we may not need that anymore, but we can. I mean, yeah.
It's okay.
I don't know. Let's just keep it for now.
It'll be okay.
In case we're wrong.
All right. Where were we? Main.
Yep. Okay. So this is unhappy.
Oh, found template. What?
I'm gonna come to regret my decision to that we should do this. Watch, the end of this, we're just gonna end up spinning up a really fast Next.js project because it's gonna be easier than actually using the. Okay, there's gotta be like a good example of this. Of using
I know why. It's because our return value is a string, but I'm going to put an underscore so that whatever we want is a return value. And now I'm going to do let context equals that, and then this can just be end context. All right.
Nope, still getting an error.
Is this it? No. I thought this was just a JSON. Okay. So template context rocket context in this. Okay, so we do not want to do, yeah, exactly. I don't know why we're doing this because we don't have that type yet. So we should be doing this way.
I'm glad you're driving today because I would not have been able to figure out what this was. But it seems like, oh, no, I cannot find macro context in this scope.
Why not? Why can you not find it?
I feel like maybe, is there a good, I feel like there must be a good example somewhere. Example.
There must be.
Of a rocket project using Terra. Examples templating. Examples templating. Source. Main RS. Oh, I see. Okay, go to here. Hold on, I'm going to share a link with you. It actually gives us like an example of doing it raw and also doing it with all these templates. I'm going to share it in both chats. I'm going to share it here, and then I'm going to share it in our private chat as well. Okay. Which isn't going to help us for our forum stuff, but might be useful either way.
Okay, so if I do items here, maybe if I can spell items, yes.
Let's see if I can figure this out.
Now what am I missing?
Registered Terra.
Is this not just comma separated? It is. So what is it missing now? Is not satisfied.
Oh, hold on. You got to use, is it still the context error?
Yes, I was getting the context.
So go into the use statement where you're using use template. It's up there. It's in that use statement on 58.
Yeah.
You've got to do use rock. Hold on. You got to do this. I'm just putting it in our StreamYard chat. I think this might be what it is. I'm just looking at the example in that first link that I sent there.
Okay, so we're changing that.
I think so, because then I think that'll enable context. Oh, maybe not. I might be wrong.
Wait,
No,
oh,
doing
no.
it.
What did I have here before? Request required by a bound introduced by this. Huh?
Go look at the first link that I sent there, Parth.
Yes, sorry, I was just too busy trying to make it work. And let me open this here.
Pull it up.
This one as well.
Yeah, so if you go back to the main RS file that's in here.
In here?
Yeah, so like hold on, go up. So you've got like main RS in this templating thing.
Yes.
So this is like basically an example that shows you how to implement all of these different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you can see there, but then if you go into the Terra one, it'll show us how we're supposed to be using the Terra stuff.
Yeah, so
But
it needs this, which comes from here. Okay. Yeah. And so I think originated from macro call here.
Hey, welcome Eminem.
From macro call here. Okay, so essentially we're saying take the template. You know what? What if we just get rid of this and then take all of these as the options? And now we have options. We do not care about the language. And required by a bound introduced by this call. Oh, am I? No. So this is just like, this is all I need, right?
I believe so. Yeah. If we want to test this out, even not on a post route, but just on like a. But yes.
Oh, this is on a get route. So you know what?
No, that's fine. No, this is good. We want it on a get route. I was just saying that like I thought we were doing this on a post route. Sorry.
Oh no, you did. Let's do this.
Like a whole
hello name. Hello, some name 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Okay. Let's see if this works.
Index.
So this should work. We're not getting any errors now.
Don't tell me it was because there was a hello that was
probably exactly what it was.
Wait, save it. But excuse me. Excuse me. That's right. Okay, now we have a new hello function that we're using for the.
Okay, why is that? Hold on. I want to look in this example if they actually did the same thing. Terra RS, no. Main RS. Attach template custom engines.
So,
No, it should be right.
Yeah, they're doing a different.
Yeah, they're doing it a different way because they're pulling all them in separately. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not really going to help us. So yeah, it should be right. Why is it giving the error? Requires a bound introduced by call. What is it? Hold on. Rust. Templating Terra. Anybody have a good example of this? Developing a web app with Rust, Terra templating. Where are you? Async stuff I don't want. I just want like a full, give me a full example of how I do this. Rust Terra template for Rust. Keywords, crates, top 3 templating libraries. I actually just need to know. Template Terra. Registering a Terra template with Rocket. Attach template fairing. You did attach template fairing, right?
Yep.
Very strange.
All right.
Oh, it's doing like that patch template custom engines thing too.
Could not
actually.
combine hello because required by this bound in.
It's the way that we're implementing that attach of the template.
But that's what the docs say.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Okay.
Yep. No, you're right. Templating render. Yeah, where well yeah, go back to the
In this one.
yeah, where did we even find that?
It was somewhere here, I believe.
Maybe search attach.
Here.
Oh, there
There
we
you
go.
go. So it's build, mount all the routes, and then attach template pairing.
Yeah.
That's what we have here. Okay, if we get rid of all of that, and we essentially only have this, so we're not using that. We're only using the. Is it because it's public? I don't think so.
We're not getting the error anymore. Nope.
Yeah, but it
Could
can't
not compile.
compile
Yeah.
because of 4 errors. Is it because we need to? Oh,
Yeah, where's that? Is fairing defined someplace? If we go back to that example, do they define that fairing piece anywhere?
No,
in here?
it's coming through the template. It seems like.
To render a template, it must for a template fairing automatically registers all discoverable templates when attached. The fairing section of the guide provides. Go into the fairing sections because maybe it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fully understand what this fairing stuff is all about, but recall fairing is a trait.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything for. Okay, what if we just want to do?
So
Rocket.
in that, if we want to just skip over these doing the actual templating, we can actually put raw HTML in there as well.
Really?
Yeah, so go back to the link that I sent you earlier.
I believe.
Yeah, it's the one that's in chat here too.
Oh, okay.
Like in the private chat.
Yep. The first one that you.
Yeah, the one that's like templating /source.
Yeah.
And then if you look in the main.rs, you can actually see like what it looks like with raw. So go like if you look up, it's actually giving you the raw HTML. Up. There you go. See it?
This one.
Yeah, like you can just return raw HTML instead of using a templating language.
I see.
Which,
So,
I mean, it's not necessarily what we want to do. Like, it's
mm,
not great practice, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. I mean, the question is, do we want to try and figure out, the templating stuff? Or do we want to just try and do it this way? I think that's the real question.
So this one doesn't have the raw HTML because I think this is being used for the.
Yeah, it's just being used for like the main page, right? So I was just saying that like the raw HTML is unrelated to the templating. It's more just like another way to render HTML if we wanted to. But yeah, this is the weird thing, right? Because they're registering these things like the HBS Mini Ninja Terra, and they're like in the template, they're doing that as like a custom template versus the fairing thing that we're using. So
Yeah, because they go here and then they make this
Yeah.
module and they're importing this module.
exactly. So, and it's weird because this one doesn't this doesn't help us in any way. So I'm gonna go through and see if I can find an example on GitHub. Rust, Rocket, Terra. See what I can find. Rust blog engine, my personal website written in Rust, Terra, and Bootstrap. Okay, from 2023. Source main.rs. Start server launch. No, that doesn't help us. Yeah, it's like we need like the simplest example. server RS, attached template variant. No, they're using the attached template variant thing in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket contrib. What does our template use? Hold on, I need to come back to this window. What does our use look like right now? Use
Where?
Rocketdyne, the one at the very, very top. Rocketdyne templates.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. That one,
This
53.
one, yeah.
Rocketdyne templates. Okay, let me look at this one here. Rocket contrib template. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can search that. Use Rocketdyne templates in GitHub. Use use Rocket.
Right.
Is it DYNE?
DYN.
DYN
Yeah.
underscore templates. Code. Use Rocketdyne templates. Use SAS. Context template. Result value. Audition dates. Use crate. Squeak road. Templates.
So I'm getting a lot of errors. Some of them saying that I can't use template as the
Weird. So yeah, this is the one downside is like because Rust is not like it's not a front end web development framework. Like I feel like we're kind of running into the thing that I think a lot of people run into with these full stack frameworks is like, unless they've been very intentionally designed for both front end and back end. And it's not like this is not a first class citizen. Like these are first class citizens, but it's not as simple to get this set up. And I don't see any documentation like set up Terra template in Rocket Rust.
I think I'm going to phone a friend here.
Oh yeah, it's time.
It's
time to ask. I love that there's not a stream that goes by that our good friend Mrs. GPT is not being asked a question.
All right. I'm running a Rust app and see the following error. Can you help?
Ooh, let's see.
I guess we need this as a use. Because that's the only thing we're missing. We have the template, and then correct use in main when attaching. The template pairing, ensure you're using it correctly. Template pairing, yeah. Think about it between versions of Rocket and interesting. Let's see what version of Rocket dynamic template is 0.2. And then Rocket is whichever one we installed in the core lib. I don't know where that is, but okay.
No, same error.
One warning, 4 errors. It's so.
Yeah, I mean, maybe do we give up on this templating stuff? Like, have we reached that point? I'm not a giver-upper, but I feel like there's some points where you need to accept that this is maybe not a thing that is worth it.
Yeah, I agree. This is also like another thing why I would want to keep my front end and back end different. I think the issue is that like the Rocket version and the Rocket dynamic template version are
could
not
be.
the same.
Could be. It could also be. I mean, we did follow the instructions for doing it. I mean, I do. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many things. If you're watching this chat and you have an idea, let us know. I mean, we've never used this before, so I mean, I think it's been pretty straightforward so far. But like this has definitely been a challenge. So why don't we just go and do some. Do we want to try the raw HTML, see if that'll work? Like, let's get rid of all the Terra stuff. Let's remove the templates and just do some raw HTML.
Yeah, we
our
could do that.
form in there. Because I'm interested to see if we use raw HTML, like what kind of, if we're actually able to build a form that way. I have a feeling we will be able to, but I'm unsure if it'll work, if it'll play well. Okay, so yeah, we
So
don't
we
need
need
any
to
of that
do-
stuff now. Maybe we just like, yeah, Control Z all the way back to when we started this process.
Yeah. Without Terra and without the templates.
Without Terra, without the templates. Farewell Terra, farewell templating. Probably easier than we think it is, but not worth it for us to go that deep into templating. But definitely, I would say of all of the things that we've seen so far, this is definitely the what's the word I'm looking for? All things. This is like the most challenging thing that we've run into with this framework so far, which is like not the end of the world, because you're probably not going to be using the templating language anyways, or the templating engine anyways. But can we, let's go back, and the link that I sent you before, let's grab the stuff that we need for the raw HTML from there.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause we don't need to attach anything now.
This one, right?
Yeah, we can just like grab that as our, we'll probably need to grab above that as well. Yeah, just like grab that.
Oh, I'll do the whole thing.
Just like grab all of it, yeah.
Yeah. And then let's just do another get call here, which is just like get HTML. It'll be just get and then HTML. I'm gonna do. Actually, this is okay because we can just call it function get HTML. Or it's okay, so we have our raw HTML, our template, and now what we need to do is, do we need to do this then?
No, I don't think so. I don't think, because we're not actually using a template, so we should be fine.
So we don't need to attach anything?
No, we don't need to attach. We can actually remove that whole template thing altogether. Like, we don't need template at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's basically just saying we like respond to that route with raw HTML.
yeah, okay. Cargo run. Oh.
Cargo Reeb.
I cleaned up the project, so it might take a while.
It's okay. Still not that long. I feel like this is running pretty. Okay, I say that. I stand corrected. Okay. Broken FMT.
I don't know if that's an actual error we need to worry about.
Sorry, these are just warnings. Get HTML should have snake case name.
Oh, we got it.
All right, let's go and see if it worked.
We don't even have this here though. Their out's not added.
I see.
So dot mount data. Yeah. Oh, it needs to be leading
Slash. Now, is that gonna work with our get slash? If our get slash like up in 92, should 92 also be slash data?
No, it'll just be like, I think what this means is that like.
Oh, I see. It'll add that afterwards.
Yeah.
No, that all makes sense. Yep.
And then. Oh.
Slash Dara. Okay, good.
Hey.
Okay, so we got some static HTML here.
Mhm.
Why don't we just get it? Just get our good friend ChatGPT to build us a form.
Just like say, hey, ChatGPT, build us a form that will allow us to submit what we're looking.
Can you build this into a form that
What would it
submit
be? A checkbox for emoji and then an input for name.
Yeah. Checkbox for emoji.
Like this is the thing that I like about ChatGPT. It's like we all know how to build a form. We can all figure out how to build a form, but sometimes it's easier to just get it to do it for us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Well, it did everything for us now.
I love that.
Okay. So, is this what we would have done? Likely.
Mhm.
But the post is on submit now, so let's do that. And then let's just create a new submit, and then it'll just be under data.
Mhm.
Or sure, submit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's see what happens. We're kind of just testing out how well this works. Oh, what's our error? Cannot find type form data.
Because of this.
And you're gonna need to grab that derive. Yeah.
So we already have. Oh,
we do, yeah. But we were doing from form. Oh, that's right, because technically it's treating. It's treating the URL params as a form as well, so that's fine. See if that works. Okay,
yes.
good. Question is, will the actual form itself work?
Let's see. Okay, name. Parth. Include emoji. Submit. Oh.
Not found. All right, what's our error? 404 not found. Oh, no 404 catcher registered. No matching route found for post submit.
What? But we have post. Oh, did we? No, we did. Oh, it's because it should be like this. Because this is on submit. Actually, no, it should be like this. Submit and then get rid of this because this will do submit. Yeah, this will work. This is such a bad way of doing all of your routes.
Just a little bit. This is not ideal. Route grouping is definitely a better way to do it.
There you go. Hello, Parth.
All right. Okay, so our form worked.
Yep.
Hey, not too bad.
Now,
so like,
how is this form different than our form? I don't think it is different by a lot.
I don't think it's different at all. Yeah, can you put the two of them side by side?
Yeah, this one and this one. So,
okay.
We did. The data is still formed.
Same,
like,
yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, form data. I think that's just the name. This is the typing. This is typed as options, and this is actually form data. Returning a string, same thing. This just adds the emoji.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, so we technically could probably use the same route, but like it's not that much different. They've also typed, it's interesting because in the original, the form options, I feel like that's kind of, because we didn't define options anywhere, right? That's like a built-in typing from Rust.
No, the options.
Oh, no, it is. It's there. Yeah, it is there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I see they've just defined it options with that backtick R. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, I wonder what that means. Like, that just seems so. It doesn't look like it's needed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way,
like
not too bad.
This one we are calling it without any without any type on it.
Yeah.
Or like passing it any type.
But I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I wonder, does that have like cross-site scripting? I bet you it doesn't. I bet you that's still super like unsafe. It's an unsafe form that we've built right now. Don't build forms the way that we just built that form. Use React or another front-end framework that allows for you to do this in a safe way that you're not going to run the risk of doing a bad thing. Okay. So we're like on time. We're like 1:45 right now. We got about 14-ish, 10 minutes, let's say. Let's do a walkthrough of things we liked and things we didn't like. And whether this is a dev tool or a dev cool.
Do you want to do it on a?
No, we don't need to. We can just talk it through. We can go to docs.
Oh yeah, you can do docs.
Or I mean, let's do it. You know what? Do what you're gonna do. Do it in a README file. Do it in a README file. I feel like that's the right thing to do.
All right. Let's see. Rust Rocket.
So, do you want to bump it up? Do you want to bump up the text size a little bit?
Yeah.
Bump.
I was just trying to see if there's no preview. Imagine this had a preview. We can just see it. Okay. Regardless.
Setup. It's given us. It knows what we want to do. No, it doesn't. But
it doesn't.
Okay.
I have an idea. We do Rust install.
Yep.
We do Rocket install, and then Hello World is what we did. We played with some routes.
Yep.
And then Rocket route with parameters.
Sure.
Actually, we did
Rust Hello World, and then
we did Rust Hello World, and then Rocket install Rocket routes with parameters. Post with form data or Postman. Post through form. Form in HTML, and then last thing, I think that's all we did, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then what we tried to do but failed was
templating. Which that's a pretty, all things considered, like looking at this list, we got a full stack. Maybe not full stack. We got a front end and back end up and working. We did not get a database up and working, but I feel like with this, it would have been pretty straightforward. Okay. On a 1 to 5 of would you use this again? 1 being I would never touch this again to do a web project, and 5 being I would try this out for a future project.
I think I'm very close to 5. 4.5 to 5, I would say.
Yeah, I think if I was ever going to do a Rust project, like I ever needed to have like a Rust backend, I would definitely use Rocket. Like for the backend stuff, it was very straightforward.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was straightforward. It was like well documented, right? We don't have to do anything there.
Like well documented. There's lots of examples out there. It's the Rust documentation. It's the Rocket documentation. I feel like is kind of the sweet thing there, but because like I look at other languages and like JavaScript documentation is everywhere, and like some other ones, like I remember when we tried to do the Elixir stuff. I know we've talked about the Phoenix Elixir. If you're interested in that one, go and like Google DevTools DevCools Elixir Phoenix or Phoenix Elixir framework and you'll see. But like docs there were like hard to parse through, and there was so much stuff there. You needed
like you can't walk in without knowing stuff. This one you can. You don't need to know Rust to use Rocket, but you did need to know Elixir to use Phoenix. It's very beginner friendly, I would say, this one. So that's what I like about it. Like it's we were able to do everything that we wanted to do, I think. Yeah. Except for the templating, but realistically, I think we both came to the conclusion that you wouldn't usually do something like this on that. If I was doing like a personal website on Rust, maybe I would, just so that I don't have to maintain 2 projects. But you could easily do like a mono repo and like probably be able to do this in a pretty impactful way. But like, yeah, the other thing about this too, right, is like if you were doing something that was just like routes and all the rest of this stuff, you can't just deploy Rust to like Vercel or something like that. Like you do need you need something,
You need, actually, I don't even know, where can you deploy Rust? Maybe that's the last thing we should look at, because we were kind of doing everything locally. Like, what services can you use to host Rust?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's look at hosting Rust server or
Oh, there's actually
Rust
a
app.
fair amount of things. Rust
Rocket
hosting,
Rust app, yeah.
legit Rust server for hunting diamonds in Minecraft.
Render.com does it.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Render.com.
that's good.
Yeah, it says deploy Rust Rocket.
Yeah, Rust Railway does it too. Okay, so yeah, like the standard places that you could deploy here. DigitalOcean, I'm sure, and all the rest of these things.
Do you
So,
think Heroku has it?
does anybody even use Heroku anymore? Yeah, you can.
I,
Do they
I
have-
think Heroku's like that first thing that I use, and I still have like stuff on Heroku. So I'm just like,
Do you pay for it now then?
yes, it's like one of the team website is on Heroku, and yeah, we pay for that one.
Fair. I have a question before we kind of finish things off. Can you go back to the documentation? Does it actually talk about deployment? Is there a section in their docs that talks deployment? Because if not, that sucks.
Let's see, what's next? Let's nope.
Oh, deploying. There it is. Under config.
This one, yeah. This might just be okay. Yeah, it has like common scenarios and whatnot.
Okay.
That's
Load balancing. DDoS, Google Cloud Run, self-managed. Docu, so they're giving examples of how to do it. Yeah, you can use like Kubernetes. Okay.
self-managed
Managed
or
service.
manage as a service.
Okay, I mean, this is good. I mean, maybe this is what we should have done. Maybe we should have tried to deploy, but I like it. Okay, Docker file, container file. Yeah, so you can basically deploy this anywhere, and it's giving you a lot of information about it.
Yeah, I think this is.
It's nice.
If I had to deploy, I'd probably just put it in Docker file.
Yeah, I think everybody would, right? I feel like at this point you're basically just throwing things in Docker and waiting, but it's nice. It's nice that it's there and it's pretty straightforward to even understand. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say 4 out of 5 for like in terms of like compared to other web frameworks that we've used. I mean, I'm probably
Realistically, this is like our second web framework that we've used. So
from a language that you wouldn't normally consider to be a web framework. Like I didn't think Elixir was particular. Is Elixir? Yeah, like maintainable application. Like, I wouldn't consider Elixir to be a web framework. You know? Yeah,
I
general.
mean, Elixir is the language, but yeah, you wouldn't.
It is, right? But I wouldn't consider, and same with Rust. Like I wouldn't really consider Rust a web framework language. Like I wouldn't consider it like I don't think most people would turn to Elixir or to Rust as like their web framework unless they were already into these languages. But I actually would encourage you if you're looking to explore Rust, like this was a fairly good way to
up and running.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like very pro. I think you're right. I think absolutely like 4 out of 5. Use this. Go and use it. Try it. If you're gonna explore Rust, it's a good way to get started with it. It's gonna expose you to the language in a way that's gonna be valuable for you. Even just to build like a simple API. Like if you need to, I don't know. Next time you need to build an API, do it this way.
Don't do Express.
Don't do Express. I mean, we all want to do Express.
Sorry, challenge yourself to not do Express.
Challenge yourself to not do Express. There's lots of other frameworks to do. Maybe that's what we should do next time. Like build an API. Which is the best API tool? I don't know.
Like,
there's lots of things.
Like, what's the best quick API tool?
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, there's Rapid API, there's Fast API. They're all like Python languages. But yeah, I think this was good. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Actually.
I think it was. I feel like not having a set thing of like, oh, we're going to build this.
Yeah.
Made it so that we could kind of take it slow, deep dive where needed, like go on tangents when we want.
Yeah.
So I think that was nice.
Yeah, the upside downside to not doing multiple frameworks, you don't get a chance to see them, but you got to go a little bit deeper with us now.
Yeah.
And I think now, hopefully you'll have a better idea of even where to find some of the things in here and some of the gotchas that you might come into. Like, I mean, you're going to be coming to the same gotchas that we found, right? Like you're trying to do templating and you can't get it to work, and we couldn't either. So, but go to Rocket's got forums, right? Rust certainly has forums. We looked at today, Rocket RS. Is there support on Discord or? I didn't even see in their docs. I'm just going over there now. Discord, Rocket. Where is their support? Get started. Do they have anything frequent about Rocket? How to, debugging, getting help. Oh, they have of course they have a matrix chat. Of course they have a matrix chat. By the way, if you don't know what a matrix chat is, matrix is like the new age IRC, internet relay chat, but like more fancy. So definitely, if you look under the Rocket docs, under like you scroll down on the far side, so like go to the Rocket docs, scroll down, there's like a conclusion section, and then there's getting help, and then it'll actually give you a direct link to join their matrix server, which is like Discord, but you need to have a matrix client installed on your device. So go and explore that. That's for the future. Parth, we are going to need to figure out what our next DevTools and DevCools is, but chat, if you are out there and you are like, I just heard about this awesome new dev tool and I would love to know if it's cool or not, let us know. I mean, I think our takeaway this one, it's a dev cool. It's not hype. I would say helpful. I would definitely say for learning Rust or for building a web app, maybe not a full web app, but certainly the API, I think it's definitely helpful. Not hype. Not hype. But yeah, let us know. Let us know what you'd like to see. Yeah, that's what we're here for. You can find us all the time on Discord. You can find both Parth and I there. You can at us bit.ly/devcyclediscord. You can give us your ideas. You can send us a DM if you want to provide us feedback on these streams as well. If you're catching this on X or on Twitch or on YouTube or LinkedIn or wherever, this will be uploaded to YouTube. Like, it immediately uploads to YouTube, but I do some edits to pull off the front end and back end, so you don't have to watch all that stuff. You can just kind of jump into it. I really do need to start going through and actually doing like chapters and stuff like that so people can jump through, but it's a time consuming process. So maybe that's my down quiet week project. But if you enjoyed this stream and you enjoy watching people struggle through frameworks, I am going to be back on Friday. What am I doing? I already posted this. Oh, that's right. I am going to be, hold on, I'm going to present my screen. Entire screen, share which screen? I'll share this screen. So I am actually going to be exploring the Reflex framework. Have you heard of this one, Parth?
I have not.
Yeah, so I feel like I'd seen it somewhere, but it's a pure Python web app. So I'm not a huge Python fan, but here we are. So we're gonna play around with it anyways. But I'm gonna be trying to add feature flags to a project on Friday with this. So if you like frameworks and you don't like Rust and you want to play around with Python, come and hang out with me on Friday. Friday afternoons, I stream from 1 to 3-ish for a couple hours, same as we do here, just kind of going through and exploring, but with the sole purpose of seeing if we can add feature flags easily to this project and use DevCycle or OpenFeature to do that. Yeah, this one will be with OpenFeature because they've got an OpenFeature SDK that you can use for Python projects. Yeah, so final word of the stream today, Parth.
I think you said it best, that Rust is kind of helpful and also is kind of hype right now as well, so that's good. I had a great time going into things, and also the fact that it wasn't too rushed, and it was I feel like that was a lot nicer, because sometimes we're like, oh, let's do this, and then we're like, we're going over time, this and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
didn't
had that, so
no,
that was nice.
We actually hit time.
We hit time, yeah.
It's almost like we're doing this. It's almost like we've been doing this together for 6 months.
Yeah. Oh, 6 months.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Oh, it might be 7 months actually. You are technically you have overtaken Nick as the most watched DevTools and DevCools co-host, aside from myself. And these streams are doing really well. They are getting lots of impressions. Lots of people are watching them. I hope that people are getting something out of them. I hope people put them on in the background as they're doing some other thing, and just like to listen to Parth and I chat and code and hang out.
That's true. Yeah. If as you said earlier, as Andrew mentioned, if you have any thoughts or some cool things that you would want us to try, please let us know.
Let us know in the Discord or send it to us on social media. So with that, everybody, we're going to do our general outro video. But thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you around the DevCycle community. Bye, everybody.